are at the Highline Trailhead. This is my horse Daryl, and he's a good horse. Pack horse is Al. Over here's Al, and this is Midnight. Or did I get them backwards?
This is Shadowfax.
Oh, Shadowfax.
And Midnight.
And Midnight. Okay. Al's the dog.
Yeah.
I knew I was close. Shad's with me again. We're headed up to Allen Lake, and then we're going to jump over to Thompson Lake and do 3 days in the backcountry. See if we can catch some big fish. It's nice not have to walk for a trip anyway. Have somebody else carry all my gear for me. Quite a few cars at the trailhead, so we'll run into a lot of people today, but hopefully our destination, when we get there, we'll have the lake to ourselves. A little revamping on that top pack. I like to use a squaw hitch because it's super simple. Usually carrying something really soft on top, and we had to stop and tie it down with a double diamond. But we're back on the trail now and making good time. Make better time with the horses, but every now and then you got to stop and let them have a break. We've been almost 7 miles, and this is the first major break we've had to take. But we're making between 3 and 4 miles an hour compared to the almost 2 miles an hour a hiker would make, so no complaints. So we're hoping to get to the left side of this rain cloud in front of us. It sprinkled on us a couple times, but just enough to make it feel good. This is just a pond alongside the trail, but it's a good sized pond. Packing horses, the first thing you do is take care of your horses. So 2 of them are out on a long line to eat. 1 of them is free, but they're herd animals. They won't go anywhere. We hope 1 won't go anywhere. If they're all together, they'll take off. And this is Allen Lake. I have never been there before, or here before. It is a big lake, and it's supposed to have Grayling in it, and they say between this lake and Big Dog Lake, on the south slope of the Uintas, would rival each other for which would have the biggest Grayling in it. So lots of meadow. There's elk sign everywhere. If we don't see an elk before this trip is over, we've done something wrong. All right, so I've tried some fishing. I did catch 2 Grayling. They're a little bit bigger than I've caught in Whiskey Island, or bigger than I caught at Fish Lake. But I did cheat. This is my paddleboard. You will not see any video, I don't think, from the water because I'm new at it. I still suck at it, and I don't want to drop my camera in the lake. But there's dinner. I brought some sirloin steak and a couple of fish, some candied yams. We ought to be eating high on the hog. So this saddle right here, tomorrow the plan is to go up and over that. That should be Cyclone Pass. And Thompson Lake's on the other side. It's supposed to have some big trout in it. Very hard to get to, but we'll find out tomorrow. All right, there's the elk I promised you earlier. And Shad is out trying my paddleboard. We're about to see whether he goes swimming or not, but his dog got nervous without him being there and tried to swim out to him. That's what scared the elk away. So we're just kind of catching and releasing from now on. We have enough for dinner. So Al is Shad's dog. he ran clear to the other side of the lake, swam out, and climbed aboard. And he is not helping with the balance. Okay, there's one shad cod. That's number 3. That's a pretty, number 2, pretty good sized. And there's another nice one. They're definitely bigger in this lake. Of course, I don't think the state record's much over a pound, pound and a half, something like that. And these are, they're finally letting us catch them. All right, well, this is number 5. So when you bring a horse, this is how you do dinner. Steak and fish, and then we've got some mashed instant sweet potatoes that are super good. Well, it's getting dark. This is the view from my hammock tonight. I have my tarp up and it's tied to a tree and then supported by a stick on here. The dog just knocked it over, but not too bad. We'll see you guys in the morning.
Well, I slept pretty good in my hammock, but it rained most of the night. There's supposed to be a 50% chance to rain today, only in the afternoon though. It seems it came a little early. I had to batten down the tarp just a little bit, but I still got a pretty good view this morning.
All right, well, we've had breakfast and cleaned up camp and taken care of the horses and put our day packs on, and we're actually going to go up over Cyclone Pass and go to Thompson Lake and see if we can catch some big fish. There should be some in there. There's not really a trail that I know of, so we're just winging it. And I was able to charge my camera or my phone this morning with my BioLite stove, shockingly back to 95%. So apparently on a trip like this, I don't have to be stingy with the camera. All right, so there's the saddle we're going over, the Cyclone Pass. Hopefully we don't get lightninged out and rained out too bad. I know it's going to rain today. It's inevitable. But hopefully not a ton. Hard. That was a sheep.
That's a coney.
A goat. No?
Did you see one?
No, I just heard it squawk.
That's a coney.
Oh, like a pika? Okay. I just heard a little weird squeak. Sounded like my baby goats when I had them.
Oh.
Anyway, we're about to head
Maybe it was.
right up over here. I know I've seen goats up on top of this ridge line, probably further over north when I crossed over Rocky Sea Pass. But I'm gonna save the grand display of the basin for the top. So that's Murdoch Mountain. I gotta find it. There's Bald Mountain with Reed's Peak in the background. So Danes Lake. And there's another little lake you can see right there. I can't remember the name of it. Dale, I think. And you can't quite see Thompson yet. It's going to be just around the corner here in this bowl. That is Explorer Peak. What are we doing here? That big triangle one's a mountain there. Some more little lakes over there. And there's one tired shed. See Allen Lake where we're camped, and that little white spot on the other side of the lake is my paddleboard. Alright, I lied on my last deal. That is bald and reeds. This little one right across the road from it is Murdoch. I'm not sure what this other one is over here. It's amazing that the wildflowers up here will just grow despite being at 11,000, like 80 feet up here. Oh. And there's a chipmunk. Oh, he just ran off. Things insist on living in the harshest of conditions. Oh. So I bailed off the trail just right up here, and I've been coming through these pine trees. I'm trying to avoid, even if I cut off a couple hundred feet of boulder hopping. That's kind of what I'm trying to do, but it seems as though I'm boulder hopping even in the trees. I don't know that it helped. And I'm also crawling over trees, but just ahead of me is where the boulders start. So all the trail reports say plan on 1 to 3 hours of boulder hopping with gigantic spiders. I'll find a spider for the video here before we're done, I'm sure. So let the boulder hopping begin. We'll see how long it actually takes for two middle-aged, out-of-shape guys. Okay, there's the spider, and he's shaking his line, so I know it not to break it. He's probably dime-sized anyway. All right, well, just in case you're wondering what the trail looks like, it looks like this. There is no trail. Just as far as the eye can see. The lake should be just up here, though. I think a lot of guys go down further. And the rocks down here are just massive. It's much easier if you stay a little bit up on the hillside, if anybody else is dumb enough to come up here. This one's more nickel-sized than the last one. And they're funny, they just shake their webs so you know they're there. And their web you could use as fish line. I think it's thick. All right, I was gonna call BS on the trip report because we're making really, really good time until we got to this. This is some big rock. The only thing that's keeping me going is there's the lake right there. We've been 45 minutes, so we're gonna be about an hour getting there, maybe just a hair over. Oh, there better be some big fish in here. All right, so it took about 4 casts, but I hooked my first brookie. Nothing gigantic, but at least I know I'm gonna catch something. So after like an hour, this is only the second fish I've caught. I think this lake isn't good. And this is a nice fish, but man, not what they talked it up to be. Not too bad. I don't know if it's worth the walk, but not too bad. Cash, my adventure dog. Had to lift him up on the one little band, and I'll lift him up on some more to get him up here so we didn't have to swim around anyway. And here's another one. He's pretty big. Nothing like the tiger I was catching, you know, a half-mile hike or 2-mile hike off the road. Don't know that he was worth, again, an hour worth of boulder hopping, but at least we're finally onto him. He's a good-sized fish. Yeah, that one's a beauty. Look at his jaw. Right in the same place I just caught the last one about 2 minutes ago. Finally, I found a fly that's working. All right, another beauty. Not quite as big as the last one, but still pretty nice. Right, this one's not near as big, but super colorful. Not too bad. All right, well, farewell to Thompson Lake. I wasn't sure I would agree with everybody if a guy could just catch a pile of fish and do really good. Maybe a guy'd want to come back. But then there's an hour and a half of this. And I didn't catch any big old monsters. I caught some nice fish. But I don't believe they warrant the amount of boulder hopping and whatnot that it required to get here. So Shad got a big head start on me. I beat him to the lake pretty bad. This boulder hopping, you have to kind of get into a rhythm of it. You have to look about three moves ahead at all times, and then just trust your feet to land them. Every now and then you'll step on one that moves, and it'll throw the whole thing off. We decided this go around to go way higher than we did last time. The rocks are just smaller and easier to get to, but that little vertical cliff in the background goes a lot lower than it looks here, so I'm not going to go up much higher than I am now, and I should hit just the bottom of it. I'm walking across this. It's pretty loose rock, and I'm not exaggerating the angle. That's really what it is. Even my dog's whiny. But we got to get out. I don't know if this is easier to big boulders, but it is so far. So here's where a mountain goat's been rubbing its wool down. So we're coming across this cliff band, staying way higher than the boulder field below, and it's actually fairly easy walking. There's some crazy shell slides, but I got looking at this rock and it almost hypnotized me. So just a warning to anybody that's thinking about taking the high route. This is what it amounts to. We're staying above the cliffs down here. I just hope we don't run out of trail, because I don't know what's on the other side. We were way up there, and we're trying to avoid going way down there, but we had to backtrack a lot. So if you try this, you can stay out of the bottom, but don't go up too high. We got cliffed out and had to backtrack probably 100 yards. We know that up here there's a chute that'll take us to the ridge, and we can hopefully bypass some of this, but we always think it's right around the next corner, and then it's the next corner, and then it's the next corner. And we haven't found it yet. So just to add insult to injury, now it's hailing, and there's no trees within well, clear down there, and I don't want to go down there very bad. So we'll just stand here and get, ouch, beat half to death. I don't think it snowed, but there's enough hail accumulated on there, it looks like it did. We finally made it to the pass. We're almost all the way down. It's been a ordeal. You think I'd learn? I think this is 3 routes in a row where I took a different route the second time and regretted it. I'll learn one of these days. All right, we did 5.7 miles. Got back, we have 3 horses. Our tents are still up and my paddleboard's still here. If we can get dry, it will be all right. Oh, what a long day it's been. We finally got dinner. Everything dried out. As dry as it's gonna get anyway. Starting to pack stuff up. We're gonna leave first thing in the morning after breakfast and go hit the 4 Lake Basin and then out to the truck and home. So it's been fun. Caught some nice fish today. Shad twisted his ankle a little bit, but he's feeling better-ish anyway. So we weren't sure if we were gonna make it home or not, but it's been an eventful day. Hopefully we will get some sleep tonight and things will go better tomorrow. Well, last morning at Allen Lake, rained just a little bit more this morning, but it looks like we're gonna have good weather going out. We'll fix up some breakfast and pack everything out. hit the trail. All right, here's going to be breakfast. We got some triple berry muffins and some hash browns. I just fry it all in the fry pan and some butter. So the muffins are like chewed up pancakes, and the hash browns will be nice and crispy and really good to put a fish on this, but we're trying to make time and get out of this before noon. So get to eat a little better. Although these hash browns in the milk carton, they weigh nothing. I take these backpacking, and same with the biscuits. And you could fry these in an MSR pan with a gas stove just as easy as you can do it over the pan on the fire. We're all saddled up, got the pack horse packed, camp cleaned up. Hardly tell that we were here. And now we just gotta find our way out of here. We had some more elk come up on the other side of the lake, but before they come out of the trees, the dog barked and scared them off, so we didn't get any more shots of them. But if you're an elk hunter, this would be a place to go. We've had critters all over the place. Goodbye to Ellen Lake, Cyclone Pass. Oh, you'd think the horses were going home or something. They're in a biggest hurry I've ever seen them in. Daryl threw a rear shoe, so this meadow's fine on him when we hit the rocky trail. I bet it changes his attitude. Mile from Allen Lake, just bushwhacked through the ridge, and it was actually a much nicer trail coming in than going to Bedrock Lake. But we were at Danes Lake. Cyclone Pass we went over is over there. Looks like about a whole Boy Scout troop up here, or a big family event. There's quite a few guys. We're gonna look and see if the fishing's any good. We may stop here and then we'll go up by Jean Lake also. All right, so I tried fishing, but not very much luck here. But I did run into some folks I recognize from YouTube. You guys can say your names, who you are, and
Yeah, I'm Devin, Backcountry Exposure.
okay.
Will, for Watts, that's Will.
Tim Watson, channel's the same name,
Tim Watson.
from Ohio.
And you're just along for the trip, or you have one too?
Nope, I got a channel. I'm Josh Harrod with Josh Harrod Outdoor Adventures.
Okay, awesome. I watch most of these guys, subscribe to most of their channels, so make sure you check their stuff out too. So there's the side trail that will take you down to Danes Lake. We missed that somehow. But we should still come upon Jean Lake here before we cut back to the other trail we took coming in. There is Jean Lake down there in the bottom. That's one we just left at. It's gonna be crowded tonight, and so is the other. And that's why I picked Allen Lake as the lake to camp at. There was no trail there, and there's a really good chances there's just not gonna be anybody there. And we were right, nothing but elk. All right, there's an unobstructed view. It's Jean Lake, and then it actually is right next to the other lake. I'll have to look the name up. There's a better view. That's Jean Lake and Dean Lake. They just all but butt right up to each other. Whether there's rain in the forecast or not, there's always an afternoon thunderstorm in the Uintas. And I know the trail guys went through and fixed the trail, and this has happened since. They know they're going home. They're making better time. So we're just leaving the wilderness area. This means we have just over a mile back to the vehicles. Horses are funny. They know which way they're going, and when it's time to go home, man, are they hauling. They don't take near as long to do the trail as they do going in. All right, so we've done almost 10 miles on the way out. We're just almost to the trailhead. Just barely starting to sprinkle a little bit, which is totally common up here. Had a good trip. Caught a lot of grayling. Caught some really nice brooks. Had fun paddling my paddleboard around a lake that probably has never seen anything like that before. Elk. Great trip. Good food. Good friends. So, if you like this kind of video, like what you see, please subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. Share it with anybody that'll listen. Help a guy like me out. Thanks for watching.